that could be interesting. Keep an eye out for Hanzo. I understand also there's a bit of
big
rework
changes there. And I think also most interesting, Brigida's been in competitive mode now, and while she's been out for players to play in quick play, sometimes it's different, and you see people approach her differently in this competitive environment. So while I didn't see a whole lot of, I was here week one, wasn't here week 2, but the Brigida usage really wasn't there, but if you go on the ladder, she's everywhere. So it'll be interesting to see if our players adopt this more ladder-based meta in the season or not. But let's.
All right, so we're gonna fire up right here. We're gonna go over to game.
Do you want to put something up on Facebook real quick, letting us people know we're live?
Already done.
You did? Nice. Yeah. All right. So tell me a little bit about who are the standouts of these teams. You were here last time.
All right, so let's see. So we got Shimada and Junkers. Let me see the lineups here real quick, and I will give you some names here that are some standouts.
You also get the volume.
Yeah, we need game volume as well. All right. So hopefully I gotta adjust the levels a little bit here. So with Shimada, or Shimada rather, we've got Gator Dan, who was our week 1 highlight real winner, and
on defense as well.
On defense,
Starting
yes.
On defense.
And he was one of our top DPS players. So very good aim, really good, just overall like very good damage dealing. Somebody you don't want to mess with. And then also on his team as well, we've got Jazakafon, who is also a standout player. And then on the opposite side of the fence, we have, let's see who's up over there.
Do you want to try and increase a little bit more of the game volume?
Yeah. I don't want to peek out though. Yeah, that's pretty. Oh, on here. Sorry. Sure. Hold on 1 second. I'm gonna make a few adjustments here in the booth.
So we are getting started here. It's an interesting build. Launching fair on this first point to try and lob in some shots. Both teams opting for this Rhine defensive build. He's almost become mandatory with the strength of Brigida. Brigida's in there though, real close. Vision trying to initiate a fight. That's super dangerous. While she's got the 600 health shield, it's usually not a lot, but Frost is enough to pick up Gator Dan, the big DPS player. That's really gonna hurt. Mattis Machine going in hard, picking up the other Rhine, and right away, it's looking like Team Junkers is going to be picking up game number 1, or this first point.
Which is, well, point 2 I would say is a little bit more difficult, but...
Yeah, typically we have a little bit more going on, but still, to pick up this point so fast, Junkers is establishing themselves in a very dominant position early on. So immediately jumping up here, charging in, gets counter-charged. Widow's in the back there, lobbed in a couple of shots. You can see that Gator Dan. Nick Dog manages to pick up Vision. That's going to be big. Huge ult coming down. Both Rhine ults are down right now. Ooh, nice kills out of K-Cuz there, picking them up, but gets sniped by Gator Dan. Rez comes down, Doorway pops the ult, and gets the kill on Kwai. So this is a hold here from Team Shimada. As they recollect themselves, they almost lose a tick there, but they don't, which is good for them. But
you have failed your team.
Team Junkers is going to be coming back with some big ults here, and we'll see what they're able to do. And as I kind of suggested, you start to see a big difference here with Brigida usage. So fight coming in, rallies gets popped here. They're all in a great position. Mattis though on the point, kind of alone. K-Cuz pops the ult though to keep him up, doesn't matter. Huge kills coming out of Gator Dan there. Again, our player of the week, really showing his abilities. And they stabilize and get prepared for another push here. You're noticing that some of what Mattis is doing a good job initiating the fight, but he ends up isolated, which is not where you want to be as a Reinhardt. Nick's doing a good job staying up front.
All right, we got sound in the booth.
Jazz a little bit out of position there. He's got to be careful. Oh, he gets bounced off. Alt coming down. He's not up there, but he jumps up there. Nice piece out of Jazz there. Tons of damage coming in, but it's just not enough. Doorway pops the ult to try and buy some time. Gatordan picks up Chaos. Defensive teams is just going to need to be able to survive. Doorway getting bounced around, but the armor for Brigitte is really helping a lot as Mattis is looking like he's going to get taken down if he's not careful. Mattis manages to stay up. Nick, big ult there. They're starting to stabilize. They're not dealing with the Pharah very well, though. But it doesn't matter. They're already backing up. Huge moves there.
Very nice. We see nice tank play here as well, big standout. And then if we keep an eye on that Moira, also keeping an eye on what she's doing. More healing balls or more more offensive?
Well, you saw in that grab, she launched it in. And so the other, man, I cannot remember. Team Junkers does not have a diva to eat that ball, and it just does huge amounts of damage in such a close area.
Yeah.
They kill from doorway there. Look at those heals. Really good use of Moira there up top. Ult coming down out of Jazz.
Very
He's
well
going to
done.
pick up one. Keikaz goes down. They're forced to retreat. Junkers coming back. Shimada taking some time to really recollect themselves here.
Boy, Joseph the Toon doing a very good job in the back there.
Oh, yeah.
All right, and here's that
His ult
Brigitte
is
that we were
already
talking
up
about.
again.
That's insane.
Huge healing. You know, the one downside of Brigitte is she doesn't really put out the numbers of healing like you need to, and that's also what works so well with a Moira who can punch out huge numbers. Ult, though, comes down out of Ryan. Nick doesn't get anybody picked up. Doorway gets knocked up, but he's staying alive. Brigitte coming down with the armor is going to provide a really strong defense. Nick is just in their
Keeping
back
Nick
line, but he
up.
gets taken out.
Oh,
They pop the Zen ult, which is going to keep him up. I don't know if it's going to be enough. Base Bear trying to make something happen. Ult coming out of doorway. Staggers him, but doesn't get a kill.
little high, little high.
They've got to stay up here. As a res comes out of Kauai, huge. They get the first tick. Gator Dan, though, sniping Kauai out of the sky. That's one healer, but it's not going to be enough. They're starting to regroup. Doorway on the point now. It's going to take a little bit to get that diva down. Jazz just bouncing around, trying to get some kills, but this is like fish in a barrel.
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty much looks like a GG here, but they are throwing Nick Dog with the... Nope. Wow. Down too fast.
Really good hold, though.
Yeah, that was very good.
Despite that first point. You know, they brought him down to 2 minutes. It's pretty respectable, and it's just kind of a matter of, you know, how well can you push this back?
Yeah. Because a lot of it has to do with how much you can delay them. It's not necessarily, you know, a lot of players get discouraged immediately as soon as they lose that first point, but it's also important to realize that, you know, delaying it is going to help us out pretty well. So,
Yeah, you don't need to. It's not always like 2-1, you know, is how you win. You can win on a 3-2 game,
Yep,
especially on
absolutely.
these 2 CP maps.
oh,
So-
yeah. Very good Moira work, too.
Is that on?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't need to watch
Every
it.
once in a while, I throw it
All
in there,
right,
so you
all
can
right,
see who's talking.
See us? All right.
I don't know. Let us know in the chat if you think that's a good idea. I thought the talking heads needed a face, but maybe not.
Nah, interferes with the gameplay, but whatever. We'll see what the chat says. So again, just kind of like commentary around like common meta with, you know, Ryan has really made a resurgence with the Brigitte, and a lot of players are kind of on the fence. They don't really know, you know, is a Ryan a good play against the Brigitte? He synergizes really well with her, but he also gets countered really hard by her. The shield bash from Brigitte goes through his shield, making him weak, but on the flip side, you've got a Zarya. So if you have a smart Zarya or a really aware Zarya, you can shield the Ryan if he gets stunned, or if you can anticipate the stun, you can shield him. So there's really cool interplay with that right now. And a lot of players are still figuring out, what is going to make the most sense for them and their team. Also, we didn't comment on this, but Team Junker's opting for a triple support build, and this is becoming more and more popular on the ladder. And it's going to be really interesting to see what this is going to look like. Sometimes the unconventional builds work, and sometimes they don't.
See if anybody gets real creative here. Alright.
So this will be interesting because if you really want to break through a triple support build, a lot of times you're really going to need high spike damage. I don't think that's the strategy.
So who are you referring to when you say high spike damage? Are we talking Junkrat?
No, you're going to need... Wow, that was freaking huge. So that's all their damage right now. They should be able to walk through this. Oh no, gets the res off. That was big. High spike damage is going to be like a McCree, sort of like a Junkrat could work. But
Not
mostly
Soldier,
like a
though,
McCree.
right?
Sort of, it could be Soldier stuff. Widow, Hanzo.
Okay.
Things like that can really do a lot of damage. Even though Reinhardt's good with a pin in particular. But, what do I know? Shimada's taking the point, no problem.
Very nice. And they got 3 minutes on the clock here.
You're going to need to cap it, though, before they move.
Yeah, hold on, guys. There we go. All right.
So Team Junkers quickly decides that was not what we are going to do, and they swap off to a standard 2-2-2 build.
So we got Fission running the... Was he on Tracer before?
No, he was running, I think, a Brigitte, maybe?
Yes, you're right. He, I was going to say, I think we saw some Tracer play last week from him. That was pretty good.
You can see him trying to get on the back line, trying to disrupt this Widow. Gator Dan, though, is on him, but it's a little 1v1. He's got to be careful. He should be able to get the kill here, but you know what? All this action's going on. We're going to jump back to the main screen.
Yeah.
He's distracting him, which is probably going to be enough.
And here they go. Onto the point.
Coming down, catches doorway.
Good.
Not going to be enough to take anybody out. I thought they had a chance there to maybe cap a little bit, but Gator Dan was completely pulled back, distracted by this Tracer. Manages to finish her off now, but that was after Fission was in the back line the entire time.
Well, that was Tracer Fission doing what he's supposed to do. I mean, that was good because you're right. That's the spike damage, as you were saying, from Widow might have turned the tides a little bit there.
Yeah, and they really need that damage if it's going to make it work. Oh, almost got a shot there on that Widow. Fission, though, doing a good job picking up targets as they go. Already, again, in the back line, might be able to pick up that Pharah. Probably won't at this point. He needs to maybe switch targets. Ooh. That'll take him out every single time. So, for those... Ooh, Rez coming out of Kwai Senpai. That was super aggressive and probably not the right move, but Frosty might be able to make this work. He's got his ult. Opts to pop it. Could get Jazz here.
Maybe.
Ult coming down, doesn't pick up anybody, but they're still aggressively on the point. He really wants that Pharah. Or Mercy.
Mercy is very close. There we go. Very nice plays by Frosty's doing a pretty good job in the back line there.
Yeah, he stayed up nearly this entire time. Ooh, awesome. Wow. Helix shot there, and Nick tries to get a pick there before he dies. Frosty holding that point down.
One of the playstyles here with Frosty that is something that was new to me. It might not be to all of our listeners, but the bobbing and weaving with Soldier play, as opposed to the, you're thinking, all right, this is your standard, FPS style player. I'm just going to go in guns blazing. It's not really the best strat with Soldier. You do want to bob and weave there throughout.
Yeah, you can see him right here. Kind of just moving a little bit, just enough.
A little bit, yeah. Tick, 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 tick is the best way to think about it.
And this is, when you talk about Soldier almost as like a support DPS, this idea of like being in the back, not being up front, like in the middle of the fight is important. But Jazz picks him up. Great shot.
Nice work, Jazz.
Keika's holding the point here a little bit. Chaos has got his ult. He could try and do something, but...
Get that shield down.
Whoa. Well, that could be big right there.
Yeah.
Ooh, tries to land it in there, but Doorway picks him up. Kawhi going for super aggressive res, manages to get it. Chaos could drop mech here. Doesn't, again gets deflected. They're in the final moments of this fight. She needs to drop. May
In comes
delaying
May with the
point.
stall. Nice work. And a Winston jumps in there.
This might be enough for Junkers to retake this point.
This is some smart play by Junkers.
Wow, that res though from
Bravo.
flying.
Yeah, that res. Wow.
You know, you don't often see that style. She was flying up.
in
was
res
coming in.
while moving back. It's almost like like when you fade away, shoot or throw a ball to first base or something.
Nice.
Man.
This is such a strong position up here. This
That is
this
really
position
good.
when I'm on offense is so frustrating.
Yeah.
Look at really strong defense. So doesn't pick up anybody.
Nobody.
That's really not going to be good for our defensive team here.
No.
Vision gets taken out. All coming out of Frosty. That should be able to collect it. Mattis is waiting to jump. Whoa! Gets knocked off.
But survives.
Got to be careful up there. Those stuns are so huge out of Brigida now.
What's the cooldown on those? 7
4 or
seconds?
5 seconds.
4 or 5
something
seconds?
like that.
Okay. 'Cause that's pretty frequent.
Gatordan popping off right now is going to make this really scary. But again, Kwai Senpai got the res, but she gets taken out for it. Might still be enough. Gatordan doesn't manage to get anybody with high noon. Oh no, he gets the mech.
Oh!
Oh, misses K cuz.
You could hear it whiz past. Gator Dan with that shot from above. High ground again, most important.
Kwai trying to just get to that point, make it last. Doorway solo alter, and they managed to cap it.
And they
off
capped
that.
it. Well, that was some very good
Look at that
play.
time right now.
Yeah.
They're just about equal.
Yeah, that is, wow. Yeah, 20-second difference there.
So, for people that aren't playing competitive too much, Brigitte is a major counter to Tracer right now, and the combo is you shield stun, you swing your melee weapon once, and then you do your hook shot while they're still stunned, and she's dead instantly. Does 155 damage, so it's enough to one-shot her. So when you're playing a Tracer into a team that has a Brigitte, very dangerous. And I
And
typically
knowing
would
that
not
you can get
recommend
one
it.
shot, yeah.
Yeah,
that's-
all it takes is just one stun from the Brigitte and you will die. And it's a very simple combo to get pulled off, and anybody who's spent any time on her can easily learn that combo, pull it off. So definitely dangerous, especially when I'm looking at like Fission right here.
It's good little knowledge. That's not something I was actively practicing. So.
So then the other thing that you can do as well is, as like an alternate strategy, is you melee once, stun, melee again, hook shot, and that does around 185 or 195, and Genji has about 200 health, so you can get him close to death.
Genji's hard to grab, though. I mean, so is
But
Tracer.
that's what the stun is for.
Valid.
So into
All
this
right,
game,
here
though,
we
we've
go.
got Junkers on defense here. Only a minute left. Gatordan whiffs the hook as they are already up close and personal with those shields. Mattis is in a real tough spot with Keika's going down. Nick Dog taking out Cass. Not good for Team Junkers here. Shimada is just running this point down,
Look out.
trying to delay it as much as possible, but he's going to get taken down.
And this is where you regroup on point B.
Yeah. And so
What was the door opening on that one?
Keika's got picked right away. The Orisa probably could have backed up a little bit more, and they could have been made a little bit more uncomfortable, the aggression, because they were at their doorway, pun intended, immediately. Ooh, both Ryans colliding mid-fight here. Base Bear Mojo way too close to the combat there. Gets picked up with Nick. They need to regroup quickly. They've got less than a minute, and if they start staggering kills here,
Yeah. But you know that's what Junkers is thinking. Just get one pick as they retreat, and it's going to really sway the tides. But now they're back up at full force, so I would back up. Look out, Matos.
Matos is in good shape, though.
Yeah, he's doing fine.
He's got his
Yeah.
team. He's got his shield.
Getting healed there nicely.
Fission in a great position up
I
there.
was just going to note that. That is a great spot right there.
Ult comes down, picks up a bunch. Keika's though, huge
Answers
ult there.
great.
A lot of
keeping the
ults
whole
kind of all over the place. Rally coming down here, and then followed up by a Lucio ult. This is going to be really hard to kill anybody. Fission might have his ults up here in a second. That could be big, but he's got to get it down. He doesn't. He gets taken out.
Knocked out.
All awkward ult from Chaos there. Doesn't get anybody, but he does manage to land. These closer spawns are going to be huge. Junker's really focusing in here. Gets an ult. Matos on doorway. Might be able to get the kill. Does manage to pick him up. Ult finally coming out of Fission. That's going to be a big cleanup.
Wow. Fission.
And that's looking like Team Junkers is going to stabilize. Ooh, that was close.
I was waiting for Fission's ult. I thought we weren't going to see it after he got taken out there.
That was right on the last second there.
Jeez. Well, that was very nicely done. This is an intense game.
Absolutely, both teams really bringing
Good
it down.
plays
to the
on
wire.
both sides.
Yeah, like everybody. To be honest, though, I would say the star play that we just saw there for if you're a Team Junkers fan is K Cuz's ult after that the Earth Slam. Why can't I think of the name of it?
Earth Shatter?
Earth Shatter.
Yeah.
Right after that, because he kept up Kauai, and then he kept up the Rhine, and the Rhine immediately got up full health and just started wailing, when really he should have been dead.
Yeah,
and that would have
'cause
been
he got caught
the
in it.
entire
That would have been it,
fight
yeah.
the other way. But excellent timing on that. Very cool moves. He's got to be feeling good about that.
I mean, that's the initial. Sometimes that play is not always recognized. It's always the follow-up, but not realizing K-Cuz was the reason that they succeeded in that.
You see the Rhine get 2 kills, and you're like, wow, he's
Oh,
so
look at the
good.
Rhine,
But it was
yeah.
like completely enabled by a move like that. So it's very cool to see. So we're going to watch this from the defensive side. So again, we're going to see if they run it a little bit differently. You'll notice they have a little bit more range here with Gator Dan. And so the idea being, you know, when Shimada was on offense, they just kind of walked right in. You can make this transition period very awkward for the other team. You can see they're launching in those shots. Kind of pull them back, create a little delay, weaken that Rhine shield. Look at that,
Hook down.
Frosty's left behind right now, and they're already split up. So right now, if you're Junkers, you're in a pretty good position here. As now they're going to initiate. They're probably not going to be able to break the shield as much. Doorway bouncing around.
Struggling a little bit. K-Cuz with a nice.
Sorry guys.
K-Cuz with a nice pick there, but Doorway and Nick Dog answered it.
Junkers doing a really good job, or I'm sorry, Shimada doing a good job holding the point here.
Yeah.
Rez coming out of Joseph. He's got to defend it though.
Nice res.
Ooh, picks up Fission.
What's Diva doing up there on the stairwell?
60 seconds.
I think they're all back, hopefully, for them.
All right, we got a minute.
So Shimada really making a very strong hold on point 1. And you know, this Junkrat, I think, is really paying dividends right now. It makes it really hard to push through these narrow passages on a Reinhardt because your shield's just getting obliterated.
Yeah.
And if his ult comes up here, they're going to be in a tough spot. He's got to be careful, though. That whole team is right there.
Look out.
Ooh, pops the trigger. Huge right
Big
here.
all coming
Huge.
in.
That was wow.
Shut down that Moira. Wow.
Shield was so low. That broke his shield completely there. So Chaos trying to get out of there, gets picked off. This is Team Shimada.
Yeah.
That was
Wow.
close. Great plays, though.
I can't get over that Diva ult. Just took the shield away, but managed to stay alive. And Fission with the play of the game there.
Yeah, I think this is what saved the point from right here, getting bounced around.
Here it is.
Lots of damage. Not a whole lot to even stop that, honestly. You
Yeah.
know? Like, maybe they have a charge, maybe the Brigitte, but even still.
Yeah. Wow.
Very cool stuff.
All right, so let's see what they want to go with next. Ilios or Junkertown?
Cool matches.
Well, if they're the Junkers, I suppose they should go with Junkertown.
That is true. That would be the most fitting.
Yeah. I hear the discussion happening now.
You know, I was thinking we should probably try and get into their Discords at some point. That'd be fun. But get into their